The 5-minute book summary, The Psychology of Money. Welcome to the channel. Today we are analyzing the psychology of money. Timeless lesson on wealth, greed and happiness by Morgan Housel. The central premise of this book is highly unusual for the traditional financial genre. Husserl proposed that the financial success is not a hard science governed by rigid mathematics, complex formula, and perfect balance spreadsheet. Instead, he argued that it is fundamental of soft skills. The author's primary thesis is that doing well with money has little to do with how smart or formal educated you are, and absolutely everything to do with how you behave. It is an exploration of the psychological bias, historical content, and emotional factor that continuously dictate our personal financial decision. In the next 5 minutes, we will objectively break down Husserl's core thesis, examine his primary case study, outline the exact actionable tips he recommends for everyday life, and discuss the specific psychological trap he explicitly warns us to avoid. Let's open the book and look at the facts. The foundation of idea, the psychology of money, is the people from completely different generations, raised by different parents who earn different income and inherit different values in different parts of the world, born into different economy, experiencing different job market with different incentives and different degree of lucky, run proudly different lesson about money. Who says act that no one is truly crazy when it comes to the financial decision. We all make a decision based on our own unique view of world, which entirely shaped by our specific lived experience. For example, the author point out that someone who grew up during severe economic depression or a period of hyperinflation will perceive financial risk fundamentally different than someone who grew up during a booming, prosperous market. Our personal history dictates our risk tolerance. Therefore, the author asserts that financial outcomes are primarily driven by two massive factors that are often ignored in traditional financial education: lucky and the risk, because the element are highly unpredicted and large out of our control. Husserl suggested that relying solely on complex math to build wealth is a fraud strategy. Instead, the long-term financial security requires a deep understanding of one's own behavior, tendencies, a mastery of personal discipline, and emotional intelligence to manage both greed and fear. The empirical illustration at this point, Husserl contrasts two very radical different individuals right at the beginning of the context: Leonard Reed and Richard Fascon. This is primary case study used to validate his thesis. Ronald Reed was a philanthropist, an investor, janitor, and gas station attendant. He lived a remarkable, frugal, quiet, and unassuming life. However, when he died at the age of 92, his estate was worth even $8 million. He did not win a lottery and he did not inherit this money from a wealthy family. He simply saved what little he could from his modest income, invested it consistently in a blue chip stock, and waited patiently for a decade as compound interest worked its mathematical magic. Conversely, Husserl presents the story of Richard Fascon. Fascon was a Harvard-educated, high-successful executive at financial firm Merrill Lynch. He possessed a prestigious background, immense financial literacy, high income, and deep industry connection. However, Fascon brought the heavy to expand a lavish lifestyle. which include purchasing a massive high-leverage mansion when the 2008 global financial crisis hit. The combination of heavy debt and illiquid assets completely bankrupted him. The author used this stark contrast to prove that financial success is not about intellect or elite education, it is entirely about behavior. Leonard the lead possessed patience and discipline. Richard Fascon possessed greed and leverage. The janitor outperformed the Harvard executive purely through behavior and mastery. Moving from theory concept to practical application, Husserl outlined several concrete action tips for managing personal finance. The first one, buy freedom. First, he stated that the ultimate goal of acquiring health is simply to buy freedom. According to the author, the highest dividend money pays is the ability to control your own time. Having a robust financial cushion allows you to wake up every morning and dictate your own schedule. It gives you the critical flexibility to change job, wait for the better career opportunity, or handle an unexpected emergency without panic. Second, getting wealth versus staying wealth. Second, the author makes a clear distinction between getting wealth and staying wealth. Getting wealth requires taking risk, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. Staying wealth, however, requires the exact opposite set of skills. It requires humility, a healthy dose of paranoia, and the acceptance that what you have made can be taken away very quickly. The third one, just to save. Third, Husserl advised saving money just for the sake of saving. While it is common to save for a specific, tangible goal like a car or house, Husserl argued that you should save for the fundamental unpredictable nature of the world. Wealth, he notes, is actually that you do not see. It is the car not purchased, jewelry not bought, and the first class upgrade declined. True wealth consists of unspent financial assets that provide you with future options. Fourth one, the last, leave the loan for the heir. Final, Husserl stressed that absolute necessity of leaving loan for error in your financial planning. You must always plan on your plan, not going according to plan, by leaving a margin of safety such as maintaining a much larger emergency fund than you think your theory needs. You protect yourself from inevitable shock of life. However, the book contains explicit warning about common psychology pitfall. The primary warning is the danger of moving goalposts. Husserl argued that the hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. If your lifestyle expectation continually lies with your income result, there is no logic in striving for more because you will feel exactly the same after putting in the extra effort. Comparing your financial status to others is a game you mathematically cannot win because there will always be someone with more. Furthermore, Husserl warned about the seduction of pessimism. He noted that pessimism often sounds smart and highly plausible, while optimists often sound like naive cheerleading. Listen to close. The pessimistic forecast can cause you to make overly defensive decisions, causing you to miss out on long-term growth simply because you listen to the smart-sounding cynic in the loan. In summary, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel operates on the objective premise that financial success is a behavior trait, not analytical calculation. It is an excellent lead for those who want to understand the emotional mechanics of their own financial decision rather than those seeking specific technical stock picking advice. The text clearly dictates that patient humility and strict understanding of your own personal definition of enough are the true key to long-term wealth. If you found this completed neutral objective summary help and want to make a factual breakdown of the more impactful book, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in a comment which book you want me to summarize next. Thank you.